she'll come back.
Hello, everyone. Hi, ladies. Rue is excited for today.
Yes.
Rue's still
It's my
hyped up
first
for the
time,
convention.
but I am very excited.
Yeah, me too. I have been on a whirlwind all week long. How about you guys?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's a lot of
Yep.
decompressing.
Wind and
We're trying to
rain.
figure everything out.
We are so muddy here. Glad
It's
because
like-
we are so muddy here because our neighbor there, BC, they are fire.
On fire.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to
Yeah.
introduce myself, and then that's how we're going to start off, and then we'll go into a little bit of a conversation and recap of how everything went. So my name is Jennifer Grenier, and I have been a business owner for 5.5 years. I am a business coach and strategist in my business, and I teach other people how to start and run their own business online. And I absolutely love it. Going to convention was definitely an item on the bucket list to check off. But I upgraded to VIP because I wanted to do that for myself. It wasn't about anything else, but I wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone. And so I said yes to myself, and it was a fabulous weekend. And these are my two friends, and we're going to have another one joining us here shortly. She just froze just right as we were starting to go live, so she'll pop back in here quickly. You guys all know her, my dear friend Charlene. And something really cool about these ladies is what we're going to share here in a little bit, but after the introductions, we'll let Alicia go first. So go ahead, Alicia, introduce yourself.
Hey, so I'm Alicia Raffin, and I've been in the business for just over about 3.5 years, and kind of been coasting up and down and not really committing to it. And then when the convention tickets came out in January, February, I think it was, I got mine right away because I knew if I didn't, I might back out. Mm-hmm. And so then right up until just a couple weeks before, it was just a regular ticket, and then Jen offered a VIP, and I jumped on it, and I'm so grateful for that. Thank you, Jen. The without it, it would have been amazing as it is, but that VIP just topped it right up. And yeah.
And if you guys are tuning in, if you're live, absolutely great. If you're watching the replay, just let us know. Replay in the comments. And when you're tuning in, wherever you're tuning in from, drop it in the comments so we can see where you guys are all tuning in from, because that's fabulous. We love to see where everybody's tuning in from. And so next up, we have Joanie. If I said that properly, I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing your name properly.
Yeah, it's correct. Okay,
Awesome.
I will introduce myself. Hi, my name is Joanie Regato Schmidt from Leyte, Philippines. Hello to all Bisaya Diha and to all Filipinos all over the world and to all people, mabuhay! And I am a mother of two, and I love gardening, guys. And I joined this business because I want change. I want time freedom, and I want my my two kids to have a mom 24/7. So that is the reason why I choose this business, because this business have automation system. So almost 99% of it is done for that automation system. So nothing to worried about. And also, guys, I would like to share with you our convention. It is fun, guys. I am so blessed to be part of the first international convention. Over 2,263 online business all over the world joining together, and 24 countries to be exact. So I am so glad to meet our founder, our CEO, and also our business owners all over the world. So I'm so glad to be part of this online business, guys, and hope and take note. This online business is one of the top growing online business in the world. So come and join us next time, guys. And Charlene. She want to introduce herself too.
She's back.
I made it back.
Yeah, you made
So,
it.
like, as soon as we were about to go live, my internet completely crashed. Oh my gosh. Hi, everyone. I'm Charlene, and I'm super excited to be here with these ladies. I'm so excited, and I'm so excited to meet Joni for the first time online.
Me
We're
too.
all so close together, and we never probably would have crossed paths otherwise. So this is really incredible. I've been in the business for over 4.5 years. I live up in northern Alberta near the rest of these ladies, and I have 6 kiddos. And I mean, if I can run this business between homeschooling kids and life and attending conventions and whatnot, then you can too. That's
Yeah,
just
for
me.
sure you can too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that's really amazing about the 4 of us is we're not connected in any way, shape, or form, but we met through this business. And upon speaking with each other, we all realized we live within an hour of one another. So I'm in TP Creek.
We're not even far each other.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm in TP Creek, Charlene's in Grand Prairie, Joanne
I'm
is in
from
Hines
Hines
Creek.
Creek.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Alicia's Beaver
In-
Lodge.
Yeah.
So it's a small world that we actually really live in. You know, you never
But
know.
we all say Grand Prairie because
Yeah,
everybody knows Grand Prairie.
central hub.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then we have another thing in common too, because I homeschool, Charlene homeschools, Joanne homeschools, and Alicia's
My kids
children.
are out of school.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So it's amazing. So
And
Isn't
to,
it?
yeah.
yeah.
And to find this online business is very awesome for us because you can do whatever you want,
Yeah.
whatever you like, and you can see your kids running around, play around. You are always present because time fly fast, and your kids growing up fast, quick. Then you can keep up. To have this online business side hustles is very, for me, is I love it.
Yeah.
I do love it.
Yeah. It's just been amazing, and like right from the beginning to 5 years later, the growth within the community, the growth within our own selves, I can attest to that for my own self. Like I don't even know who the girl I was before. It's amazing, and the friendships by far have been the most incredible thing. Like we build friendships with complete strangers from all around the world.
Yeah, and also I
Right.
even met town distance from our place back in the Philippines. She is business owners too. I was like, huh? Are you? She said, yes, and you this one and this one. I just said, oh wow, so many Filipina Bisaya here, and I'm so excited. I just talk and say hi. It's amazing this business because we always see each other online, but to offline, face to face, hug each other, and you talk and say something, and then you meet friends. I mean, back in the Philippines, like town neighbors, you will see like, wow, how global the business. Our business is global, and
Yeah.
old or young, you are allowed to enter to join our business.
Yeah.
And I think that was the biggest takeaway for myself for the convention was you see for 3.5 years, I've watched all these people online, but never really met anybody.
Yeah.
And then to meet everybody all at once, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was no awkwardness.
No.
Like you
Yes.
walked in, and
Yeah.
I don't know, I was pulled in 100 directions. Charlene, and just hug this and hug that and hug over here and more hugs over there and how are the kids, and saw you guys last week doing blah blah blah, and oh hey, you're still blah blah blah. Like everybody knew about you.
Yeah.
And it was just like meeting with an old friend you hadn't seen in a while,
Mhm.
but you'd
Yeah.
never met in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was really I had a lot of anxiety going into this weekend.
Yeah.
I was anxious. What do I wear? Who am I going to see? Like, are they going to like me? Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You probably
Yeah.
had too.
Yeah.
And I was freaking out. And I get a lot of, when I get anxious, I feel it in my chest. So all weekend I was like, oh my gosh. But then we went to convention and we walked in and it was gone. Within
Yes.
the first few moments, it was gone because it didn't matter who you were. The
Mhm.
second you walked
Correct.
in there, everybody
They're all
was,
smiling. They were
yeah,
smile. I mean,
yeah,
who's the one smiling? You learn about the business. You are online business owners. You have freedom. So that's why all people there have fun and meet
Yeah.
each other for the first time, I think, most of it. So
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're walking into a group of family, but family with like mind, right? And the diversity that was in that room, there was all walks of life there. And everyone was supportive of one another, happy to
Yes.
see each other. There was hugs, there was crying. Oh my gosh, the tears. Like, I am so glad I brought Kleenex in my
Yeah,
bag.
it's
I was
overwhelming.
I was
It's
almost actually
overwhelming
crying
in
a
a
couple
good
times
way.
because it was so overjoying for my heart.
Yeah.
And we have to.
I think my biggest complaint was that in the swag bag there was no Kleenex.
I was just going to say that. We need to request that next year.
There was a few of us that did put that request in when we seen
Yeah.
Chris in the lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing, and I don't know, I like seeing everyone in person just took it to a new level, right? And having that connection, listening to the keynote speakers and how vulnerable they were in sharing their stories. They're just human beings, just like every one of us. They're no different than any one of us here on the screen or anyone on the other side of the screen watching this. They're not, but they're vulnerable to share their story, and their why was big enough that they wanted the change, and they made it happen in whatever way that they're doing it, right?
Yes, true.
Yeah. Yeah, and one thing.
Crazy.
Oh, go ahead.
Go
Shannon.
ahead, Alicia. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say that the lots of conventions you go to, they're trying to sell you something, right?
Mhm.
But this wasn't at all. It was to help you and promote you and or
Yes.
lift you up, right? Make you better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say it's crazy how you put, let's like Ray Higdon was there and Phoebe Trotman, and you put them on these pedestals, right? Like they're they're way up here and we're way down here. But then when we got in the same room as them, we were all just one.
For real. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we got to hug him. Ah!
Yes.
It was
Yes.
And we
powerful.
get books
I even
from
took a
all of them.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was just a powerful weekend. And coming home, I don't know about anybody here. I can only speak for myself, but I have been riding a high all week, and I'm like completely fired up. I was in such a lull within myself for such a long time, and I was struggling, and it was just that little spark. It's like when you strike that match on the matchbox and then that spark and your flame fires up. That's the way I felt coming home.
Mhm.
It's like Ray said. Was it Ray? I think it was Ray that said it. If you let them sit around the campfire long enough, they'll find a spark, right? So
Yes.
just sometimes it just takes a little longer, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there were so many aha moments in there, and talk about manifesting. I have to talk about this for a second
Yes.
because
That's just very cool. Yeah.
so I was sitting there during the morning event, and we're listening to the speakers, and I was thinking in my mind, okay, I used to be the quiet, shy girl in the back of the room, probably would have picked the furthest table in the back in the dark so nobody would see me. But here I am sitting right in front of the stage with all of these amazing people and watching these keynote speakers and our guest speakers speak. And I'm thinking to myself, and here I am. I'm right here. Next step is I'm going to be up on that stage. And I'm not even kidding you. 5 hours later, they called my name up onto the stage. I did not know. And I was nervous. I was shaking a little bit. I mean, you're walking up in front of.
There's only like 2,000 people in the room.
people.
Like, no big deal.
I was like, please don't trip. Please don't stumble. Please don't ask me a question because I might stutter.
That's why,
But-
you know what? I went shopping for shoes and I did not wear high heels. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jen, I think when they started calling names, I think I leaned over and said, I don't want to go up. And then all of a sudden I was like, actually, yes, I do. That's what I want.
Yeah. It's an
And
incredible
Alicia's name was the
experience.
first one called. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, you go, girl. I was so proud. I was so proud of her, because we all have a comfort zone that we sit in sometimes for too long. And it takes something to just give us that nudge to pop us out of it, push us forward,
Yeah.
And
whatever it is.
you know
We're all
what's you know what's really amazing is that we all get to cheer each other on.
different.
We're not in competition with each other. I came from
Yes.
like retail, and then I was, in insurance and stuff, and there was a lot of competition. It was a
I
dog
agree.
eat Yeah, it was a dog
Yeah.
eat dog world. Like if
Yes.
you didn't take the top, then you didn't matter.
Yeah.
And for all of us, and not just us on the screen, but for every member of our community to be able to cheer one another on
Yeah.
and not have that dog eat dog competition attitude is incredible. When you have over 100, and I think we're at like 170,000 people in our
70, yes.
community now. Yeah.
Yes.
When you reach that and you still don't have I'm better than you,
Mm-hmm.
how does that even happen in reality?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because our business is to help people lift
Yeah.
up all, so no
Yeah.
one can lift behind there. So
Yeah.
that's why our business is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
I made a post the other day when we came home, and I had someone comment in there on it, and it said, I want to learn how to be happy like you. And my response back was, it comes from within and up above. It took me a really long time to be happy with myself. But when I become happy with myself and really learn who I was as a person and the gift that I have to offer other people, then that's when I was able to then be able to share that happiness.
Yeah, and it's true, right? If you can't be happy with yourself, you can't rely on other people to make you happy. I just put a post out on our page a couple of days ago, and it was just a reminder, something similar. Be your own hero,
Yep.
because nobody cares more about you than you.
Than
And
yourself.
nobody knows you better than you. And sometimes
Than
I don't
you.
even feel like I know myself, but when I do, it's a pretty incredible feeling to be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was
And
one
it's
of my
hard to
biggest
get.
takeaways from the week.
Yeah. It's hard to get out of your own way and be yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was one of my biggest takeaways from the weekend, was basically listening to those other people. They're all big names up on that stage sharing their story, and coming to the realization of, like, they are just like every one of us. They just had the courage to step out and share that,
Mm-hmm.
without what other people think, without thinking of that judgment factor of like, oh, well, what that person gonna think. It doesn't really matter what that person thinks, because you're doing it for you and the people within your circle that you meet.
Yep.
That reminds me of I'm gonna mess this up, but one of the things that was mentioned was be braver than, or be just as brave as those who need you, or something like that. Do you
Yeah,
remember
I
what
wrote
that
that down.
quote? Yeah, I
Yeah, I
don't have
wrote
my
that down.
notebook with me.
I'm just
That, and then your pain and your struggles are the keys to rooms you couldn't get into before.
Yeah.
That one had me in tears.
Yeah.
When Ray was up there talking about that, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not crying.
And another one too is, we're here to help the people we used to be.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think it was Ray that said, if your dreams don't scare you, then they're not big enough.
Yeah.
That was kind of
That's kind of nice to apply.
Yeah.
They had some smart people on stage, right? Like
I cry when Dave and Roxanne is in the stage. It touched in my heart.
Yeah.
Like, wow, even though they're so broke, they still fight for it, determined to get there.
Yeah.
But now, where they are now, they're in the
I
top.
know.
I think, wow.
Attitude, yeah.
They started out homeless.
Yes.
And
2018.
they're not the only ones, right?
Yes,
Like
they're not
there's
the only one. That's why I feel like, wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get too complacent with what we have and we take it for granted and we don't really see, and then we're just kind of like feeling a little bit entitled of, well, I should have this too. When no, you don't really need to. You don't really have to. But do you want it? Do you want to then use that and then help others with that?
Yeah.
Yes, that is the purpose of this online business, to help each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's why
goodness.
we're here. And that's why we're sharing. That's why we're sharing with you today. And and when we're posting on our pages and we're sharing everything that comes to our heart on our pages with you guys, it's because we came from a place that we no longer wanted to be in.
Yeah, I always tell people I wanted to be a yes mom, and I get to be that, and I am never going back to what I was. I mean, I don't regret anything I've been through. All of those experiences have made me who I am. They've given me this opportunity. They've led me here. But I don't ever want to go back. And I don't want my kids to have to go back to that.
Yeah.
I don't like who I was before, because it comes to, I wasn't happy. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't fight for what I wanted. I listened to society say, you need a degree, you need a job, you need to go to your 9 to 5, you need to put your kids in daycare, and you need to stay away from them for 8 hours a day while they're in school learning. I don't even want to get into that part, but you got it. And like society was, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, like molding me into the person I was. It wasn't me choosing to be who I wanted. It was society telling me who to be.
You were fitting in rather than standing out.
Yeah. And in this community, we actually get to be individuals in a really big way and have a really big impact. Even if it's just posting on our page and one person says, I needed that today, I've done my job.
And even if that one person is yourself.
Yeah. Right. Sometimes I tell people, I'm like, I think my business page is like my therapy session. Sometimes I get really like raw and vulnerable, and I just throw it out there and then just spin it, and my wish for you today is that you find the strength to get through what was difficult for you today or whatever. And that helps. And I really feel like this business, and it's almost become my therapist.
And it's helping more people than you know, right? You only know about the ones that are commenting or reacting.
Or messaging, right?
Yeah.
So it's
it's
that ripple effect.
that ripple effect.
Our founders started this community and this business model, and they've got their little ripple effects. And with each and every 170,000 community members, we have ripple effects. That is huge. That covers the world.
Yes.
When you have 170,000 people trying to make a difference.
Yes.
And it's only growing.
Yeah.
When
I think there was.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was just in December of 2019. There was 43,000.
Yeah. I know. I was a part of it. I think it was less than 20,000 when I first became a business owner, and Jen was even less.
3,000. And I think there was only like 3 or 4 tabs in our training.
Yeah.
Imagine that. We were like in the prehistoric ages. Now it's exploded.
I got through training pretty quick when I joined. I was like, hey, done.
Yeah, me too. Because I feel so excited. I say, I found the right business and a legit business, and come on, jump in. I just jump and I finish the one right away. I see right away to Katrina, my coach. I say yes, and then I just finish it all, and she just say, "Did you really done that?" I say yes. I'm ready.
I think
because,
I think
I try to create all kinds of stuff. Like I even go to YouTube to earn a little bit of money, because to be a breadwinner of the family, I have to have an income, and I cannot depend to my husband all the time to just ask for him, like, hey, I have to give me money because I have to send to my family, to my grandpa is sick and everything like that. So I have to find a way. So I researched and say, oh, YouTube earn money. So I went on YouTube, and then, oh, Reels in Facebook earn money. I went to Reels, and finally this online business popped up and say, hey, are you interested in the online business? Is it legit? I say, yes, for sure. So I joined this business right away. I click right away, and one day, everything. I attend the seminar, the webinars, and Katrina say, you done that right away. I say, sure, I will be like you too. I will become like you. I want to be like you guys, earning money and have freedom. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Like, I want to have freedom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I hear Michelle's story about locking herself in the closet to learn everything, that's how I felt when locked myself in the office and yeah.
I
Yeah.
finished the training in a weekend and had everything up and running. And I'm pretty tech savvy, but you don't have to be. I'm going to throw
Yeah.
that out there. But
Yeah.
my mentors, Wade and Karen, actually messaged and they're like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "I'm done." Like, what? I was like, "Oh yeah, here's my page and here's this and here's that and I've got this going and I already put in this form." And they were like, "What?"
Yeah.
But I just had a gut feeling that this was it. And
Yes, me
so
too.
I have never um this is the longest I've been in a job. Everything I've ever been in has been about 3 years tops, and I've been here for over 4 years now.
Congratulations.
That says something to me,
Yeah, it does.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and when the founder of our, when the founder of the company was up on stage, he flew in from Japan to come spend that time with us and just be in the presence of our community. When he was up on stage and he said during the pandemic, when everything was shutting down and people were having to stay at home and, some people were losing their jobs,
Mm-hmm.
we were number one. We were rising. We had the
Yes.
most growth. And that
Yeah.
was powerful too.
Yeah.
He was blown away. He was blown away.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
just
that's the power. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
that's
so
the power of
moved
the
when
people.
Yeah, I was so moved when he got up on stage, him and his wife, when they got up on stage when nobody was expecting them to, and they
Yeah.
shook hands of everybody getting awards.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they're just
Yeah.
incredible people.
So humble. So humble. Yeah.
Uh, oh my goodness, it was just amazing. I'm exhausted still. Like, I'm still tired. So we got home like Monday night. We had a fun day all Monday to unwind because convention was a lot of information, great information, but I just felt like we were busy, busy, go, 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 as you would be at a convention. And so we kind of went for a little, on our way home, we went for a little some fun and whatnot. We didn't get home, and then the next day I was watching my niece at 7 a.m. and then I had her the next day, and then it's just been crazy. Like, are you guys tired? Tired. But
Exhausted
still,
actually.
yeah, but still oh, and my mind is worrying with things I want to do and I want to try, and
Yeah.
but I'm so tired. I'm like, I got to catch up on. Whew. And then we were so excited. I couldn't sleep the night before convention. And then,
Yeah.
anyways, I'm just
Just
tired.
taking the week to decompress and take notes, and when I'm
Yeah.
having those thoughts, just writing them down, because we know how fast that once our thoughts come in, they go out,
They
and
go.
we might not get that same thought again, but they're really good ideas. They might not be really good ideas right now, but they might be down the road.
Yeah.
And I hopped in and I put my name into an accountability chat, and now all of a sudden I am over 10 women messaging me and to work together. I mean, there's no connection at all, but we want to work together to be able to achieve our goals, our next step goals. And I was like, this is powerful. These women for their own specific reason want to rise up, and they're fired up and they want to work together. So that's what I've been doing this week, and it's been amazing, just having that amazing energy of women connecting together. And it's powerful. Women are a powerful not to toot
Yes.
my own horn,
You
but
don't give up easy.
we're going places.
We're taking over.
Yeah.
But also too, yes, we do all this stuff in the household. Yes, we do all this stuff, for everything. But what a great gift that we can give our husband is to contribute in the financial way as well, because
Yes.
as we all know, everything is crazy expensive. You need to have 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 jobs nowadays to even live.
And
So,
to be a stay-at-home mom, to have that opportunity today,
right. Yep.
that I'm so grateful for that.
100%. I completely agree with you. To be able to design your day around your family, around your friends, and still work and still contribute to everything. Like, what more can a girl ask for? Our guys, there's a lot of guys in our business community as well too. I don't want to like give them no credit, but at the same time, like, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. I was listening to a Mel Robbins podcast this morning. And it seemed fitting. It's the first podcast I've listened to since I've been back. And it was, I just picked a random one. And it was imposter syndrome. And when you walk into a room and your self-doubt takes over and you feel like you don't belong and you feel like this and that and da da da. Did any of you feel like that when you walked in at all? Did, like, at first when you walked in, did you feel like you didn't belong? Because I did. I had so much doubt about what I was doing, but I walked away from there with so much affirmation to our future.
Yeah. That's huge. That's huge, Charlene.
Yeah. And my kids were excited for me to go. This is so exciting for me because not only was I like, oh, I got to go to convention, but my kids were like, how are we going to do this, Mom? Let's make this work. And let's, because we've got enough kids, we got to find babysitters and da da da. And like, oh, we'll go here and we'll go there. And I don't really want to do this, but I'll do it so you can go. And our families are excited for us.
Yeah.
Yes, me too. My kids, they always say, "Hey, Mom, it's your first time attending convention, right?" I say, "Yes." And then you're a business owner now? I say, "Yes." "Oh, you can do it, Mom. Talk about it
Yeah.
and don't be shy because I know you're shy, but don't be shy." She says,
Yeah.
my 7 years old, she always gave me an advice and she just say, "Mom, you can do it, Mom.
Yeah.
Enjoy there, Mom." And she even wanna come with me because she wanna see what's going on in the room.
Yeah.
She say, "Mom, can I come?" I say, "I'm not sure if children is allowed. I can't
Yeah.
say that." So I says, "You should stay here so mommy can learn something." And she say,
Yeah.
"Okay." Yeah. So we
My
already introduced
12-year-old.
our kids about this online business. And also
Yeah.
this online business is very nice because if maybe 5 years or 4 years or say whatever, if you build it and then you can retire and you can pass that one to your kids in the future. And that is very good.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for me right now. My kids are 21, 17, and 14. And like my oldest, they all have got dreams that they want with the economy and stuff. They could never afford to do that. So it's building that legacy for them and giving them that boost that they might need.
Mhm.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
My 12-year-old chose to come with us to Calgary because she was super excited to meet everybody we always see on the screen.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that.
She came and she hung out with us, like not at convention, obviously, but before and like at the dinners and stuff, she was there. And, the kids it's nice that no matter your situation and no matter who's behind you or who's following you, like my 12-year-old and 3-year-old, they were included in everything. They're family.
Yeah.
And we all we went from strangers to business partners to friends to family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes, I don't know, it's just incredible.
It is. It's hard to explain the feeling that you have to others that haven't felt that yet, though, too, right? You have to feel it, but you have to give yourself the chance to feel it, right?
And be ready to.
Yeah. Open to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness. So have you read your books yet?
I started.
No,
Yeah.
not yet. I'm
I
too
started
busy.
I
I have
started
lots to clean
reading
up.
I started reading Go for No.
I will try that one too.
I did that one on Audible already, so I kind of cheated.
Yeah.
Jennifer.
Well, I have a really hard time like holding myself back when I'm excited. So.
I am not a reader, so I'm having a hard time getting myself into the books, but I think I might end up doing the audio of each of them. But I've kind of skimmed through and highlighted some quotes and stuff in them. But yes, Les and Aaron, you guys are family. Absolutely. We haven't met yet, but they finally met. So Mike and Lise were at convention with us. They're members of our team surrounding us, and they drove back to Ontario. They drove down from Ontario. It was a 4-day trek down. Then they did all the convention stuff, 3 or 4 day trek. And then they drove all the way back. And they stopped and met Les and Aaron. And we have been, has it been 2 years, Les and Aaron, I think, that they've been in the community. And Mike and Lisa are fairly new. But they were the first ones that Les and Aaron got to meet just because they're so far, and we just haven't had the opportunity yet. And it's an incredible feeling. I know they were talking about it yesterday on our Zoom, and it's so important to have that almost 3 years for Les and Aaron. And this was the first time that you guys have met anybody. And it just to have that opportunity was really incredible. I'm so glad they did convention. So glad. I think it opened I think it opened a lot of eyes, not just for the people watching us online, but for ourselves too. I think it really brought everything full circle for so many people who hadn't yet met their other team members or met their mentors and coaches. The fact that our founders were there and there was hordes of people lined up to meet them and hug them, and they took pictures with everyone and stood there as long as they could so that they could, that was incredible. Like the whole thing was just, I don't know. I could go on forever. We could just, let's live stream for the next 24 hours and let's just get it all out there and break out the Kleenex. But it really,
It was so cool because last night I was watching one of Ray's he does some go lives on his page. And he doesn't call them go lives. He calls them lives. Because when we were there at the little cocktail party on the Friday night, he's like, what is a go live? And he's like, the lady's like when you go live, he's like, well, I just called them lives. So it was really cute. But last night on his live video that he was doing, he's like, I literally took a bajillion pictures. I have never taken that many pictures with people in my entire life.
Yeah.
And feeling so welcomed, because I watched that last night too. I was up till midnight watching it. But yeah, that's feeling so welcomed, and the gifts that he got. And yeah.
He also said, shout out to the Canadians. He said that we're really kind and generous people.
Yeah.
I felt so bad. I was like, I just want a hug and a picture. I really want to talk to you, but I know that there's like thousands of people here waiting to talk to you. So I'm just going to give you a quick hug, but I want a picture. I'm so sorry. I kept apologizing. I was like, I'm so sorry. I promise it'll be 30 seconds. It doesn't even have to look good. We just have to stand together. Like I blinked. Oh, well. Yeah, no, it was really cool. It was really cool. Yeah.
Do you know what else was really neat? When we were having breakfast, was it Sunday morning? The waitress, we got visiting with her, and she said for that size of a group, that is the most respectful and polite group they've ever had in there.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
And coming from a server, that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We kind of took over downtown.
Yeah. We really did, actually.
And then the ripple of that, like Banff and Jasper, and that everybody went traveling to after.
Yeah. We did.
Yeah.
My family, yeah.
That's so special.
I went to Cabela's. Okay, this seriously, you're all probably watching this thinking, oh God, she went to Cabela's, whoopie ding. But seriously, we don't have one up here. And it was amazing. And then we drove by the Bass Pro Shop, and I was so sad because we were like already leaving. And so now I have to go back because I have to go to the Bass Pro Shop, and I'm super excited to go do that. It's the little things.
Well, when we were going down, because we all live in a close proximity, even though, we're not connected in any way, but we've built this friendship together. But Alicia and I had just met, a few months prior. Charlene and I have been friends for a few years now. We actually met up for our first little date at the park and let our kids play. And we sat there and visited, and the rest is history. We've been great friends since. But Alicia and I got to spend 7 hours in the car talking with one another and share a king size bed together for 2 nights. And we built a beautiful friendship as well, right? So that's what it's about. It's connecting and finding your people and just supporting one another and cheering each other on. And it's just so amazing. I love it.
How many people I think it was actually 9 hours on the way down by the time we got there. How many people can you spend that much time locked up in a car with and still feel like it was only an hour?
I think I will just fall asleep if somebody.
I think it's really important. I'm always toting like find your village.
Yes.
Especially as a woman, as a mother. I mean, men need their village too, don't get me wrong. But as a woman and as a mother, as the ones who stay home with the kids and, in a sense, don't have that interaction outside of the home as easily, it's never been more important, especially than the time we're in now, to find your village.
Yeah.
And we have that.
Yeah.
And it just keeps growing. I mean, like if Jennifer needs anything, we're here. If we need anything, she's there. If, there's hands down people in our community that will drop everything to help somebody and to be there for team members. And we have a village.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
We lock arms with each other. We wrap our arms around one another when, we're human beings too. We have days. So when you build that friendship, you lean on each other for support. So yeah, we come together and we talk about different business things and mastermind with each other and share ideas and help each other in that way. But it's deeper than that because it's on a more personal level. You get to know these people on a personal level and they become a sister.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you go to cards and you have very competitive games where you shoot root beer out of your nose. It's lots of fun. It's happened. Right, Jennifer? Oh my gosh.
We actually spent, I think, we were there one day, I think, for 4 or 5 hours playing Ticket to Ride.
Yeah.
And we were just visiting, and all of a sudden we're like, oh my goodness, like our families need us. We've been here.
We should probably go home now.
We got kicked out. We got kicked out the one time because there was an event coming in.
Yeah.
We've been kicked out of a few restaurants because we've been in there for too long. They're like, we're not serving you any more coffee, and you've done your meal a long time ago. You gotta leave now.
Yeah, we
But
have
that's
yet
just
to
what it's
find a
about.
business that will just welcome us to just sit for a little while and drink coffee.
Yeah.
So we go to the library. That'd be a really great business venture. Anybody out there who wants to we were trying to figure out where to do a go live. Actually, we were trying to figure out, Jennifer and I, places to do things. And it's so hard to find a place where we can all come together. So I'm really grateful for Zoom and for StreamYard and for all our technology that we can use. But and I'm grateful for our library who seems to put up with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, too, a place that would have childcare, because sometimes that's a little tough too. People don't end up wanting to come because they can't find somebody to watch their children. So if we had a venue to go to or a place to go to, I mean, we would definitely spend the money for coffee and food and childcare all in one building.
Separate rooms for go lives, like themed rooms maybe for go lives, right? It's a thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, I am so happy that I got to spend my Friday morning with you and everyone watching. And also, to everybody that's watching, drop in the comments where you're watching from, because we want to see where you guys are all from. You guys know where we're from. We're in northern Alberta, and it's starting to get cold up here.
Yeah. I kept my windows open last night and I was freezing this morning. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put an extra hoodie on when I went for my walk this morning.
Yeah.
It was cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fall
I'm
is
starting to
coming.
harvest my vegetables.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, onions first because my
Yeah.
onions is ready to harvest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's coming so fast. I don't know. I'm not ready for it. I feel like the summer went
me
really
too.
fast.
I'm
It's
not
been,
ready yet.
yeah, it's been really crazy. I'm ready for like sweaters and hoodies and like comfortable and hot chocolate every day, but I'm just not ready. I'm not ready for the rest of it.
Yeah.
I really like being able to go out the door in bare feet still. And
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
Awesome. You guys are all amazing, and everyone watching is all amazing too. We hope that you guys had a fabulous Friday listening to us Friday morning, Friday afternoon, Friday evening. And if you're catching the replay, just have a great day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Smile.
much, guys. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hope to see you again.
Have a
We'll be
great
meeting in
weekend.
person soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.